Good morning, students. So, how are you all? So, all of you who are joining the classes from the very beginning, they must have understood the chapter which we have covered over here, which is consumer protection. So, today I have given you some of the questions related to this chapter, which is consumer protection. And these are very simple questions related to the chapter. So, each and every one of you, if you are going to regularly attend the classes, you will be easily going to understand the things. So one of the student, Pawan Kandwal, has been joining the classes from the very beginning, and others are coming, going. So if the flow is not going to be there, you would not be able to understand the things. So today I will be discussing you. So for the benefit of all the students, I will be discussing the question and answers related to the chapter. But all of you must be regular to the classes. So the first question which I have written is, who is a consumer? As the term itself suggests that a consumer is a person who consumes the goods or services. Who is a consumer? A person who consumes the goods or services is referred to as a consumer. The second question, what is the name of the Consumer Protection Act? The name of the Consumer Protection Act is Consumer Protection Act 1986. So note down the answer as well. When I am dictating, I am not dictating only for listening purpose, but you must be writing the answers when I am dictating the answers. Okay. So the Consumer Protection Act is Consumer Protection Act 1986. This is the year of establishment of the Act, and by this name, the Consumer Protection Act is known. The third, what do you understand by consumer protection? I have already discussed who is a consumer, and you know protection is for safeguarding something. So over here, who is to be protected? It is the consumer. So the definition is created all by itself. If you know the two names, which is consumer and protection, so that all those rights, rules which have been established for the purpose of protecting the consumer is referred to as consumer protection. So understand the things. If you are going to understand the things, you can express the things. And if you can express the things, you can write the things in the copies very easily. Because examiner does not know anything, but he knows the answer which you have written. He does not have any personal biases with you. So if you have written the things correctly, you will be getting the good marks, and if you are not going to write the things correctly, you won't be getting the good marks. So in the board, you must be precise. You must be precise whatever you are writing. Okay. Now coming to the next question. Explain the various rights of the consumers briefly. So various rights have been given to the consumer under the Consumer Protection Act. So let us discuss some of the rights over here, and if all of you must be attending the class regularly, you will be understanding the things very easily. So all be punctual to classes. Okay, so the first right is right to safety. As the term itself suggests that it is the right of the consumer to be provided with a secure product, so that safety of the consumer is there. Like some of the companies, if they are producing the electronic appliances and they are using the substandard quality of product, it may be hazardous to the consumer who is using it, and they can be even life threatening. So this is the right of the consumer, so that he should be provided with a safety product. Okay. Second, right to be heard. That means if a consumer has any complaint, the companies should hear his complaint. It is due to this reason only, when you are purchasing a product, कोई भी आप पैकेट खरीद रहे हैं, सामान खरीद रहे हैं, तो over there they give a complaint number or a toll-free number where you can call and you can complain. You can complain as well. Okay. Next, right to seek redressal. सिर्फ सुनना काफी नहीं है. That is, your complaint has been lodged. What is the outcome of that? that is redressal. That is, if a complaint has been lodged by a consumer, the redressal of that complaint should also be there. Okay, so these are some of the rights which are there. Some more rights are there. We are discussing it briefly over here. Then coming to the responsibilities of the consumer. The consumer is also responsible for something. Whenever you are purchasing a product, it is the responsibility of the consumer to read the information which is given over there. Which is given over there. It is the duty of the consumer. It is due to this reason that who are conscious customers, whenever they are purchasing a product, if I am going to talk about myself only, whenever I am purchasing any of the product, I am looking at the date of manufacturing as well as the date of expiry. It is my right. Okay, and it is my duty also. I cannot blame a seller said the person sold me an expired product, because I am also responsible for it, because it was my responsibility to see the date of manufacturing as well as the date of expiry before purchasing the product. It is also my responsibility to have the knowledge of the prices which is over there in different places, so that I cannot be fooled. Let me give you an example. During the Diwali only, we went to one of the shops in Kadharia where the wooden products was being sold, and I was knowing the other places also where the same type of product was being sold, and the product price was cheaper. If I would not have been known the thing, I would have purchased an expensive product. It would have got fooled. But as a smart customer, I did not purchase the product. Okay? Understanding? Very good. Okay. Now, right brief note on district forum. See, redressal forum is divided into three parts. Three-tier mechanism is there. Starting from the district forum, then state forum, and then the national forum. So, a district forum is a forum where a complaint ranging to the amount of compensation below 20 lakh is lodged. In a district forum, altogether 3 members are there, and out of these 3 members, one should be a woman member. One should be a woman member. Okay. If the person is not satisfied with the verdict of the district forum, he can move within a month to the state forum, and if not satisfied with the verdict of the state forum, can move to the national forum, and the decision of the national forum is going to be final in this context. Then coming to the national commission. This is the highest level of commission in India under the 3-tier mechanism, where a compensation claim for more than 1 crore can be lodged. If one is not satisfied with the verdict of the National Commission, they can move to the Supreme Court, and ultimately the verdict of the Supreme Court is going to be final, because no other legal aid is available above Supreme Court. The difference between the district and the national forum is that was relating to the amount of compensation, and then relating to the members. In a National Commission, altogether 5 members are there, including 1 president and 4 other members, of which 1 should be a woman cabinet. Okay, and if you want to understand the things more easily, attend the class regularly. Attend the class regularly. Attend the class regularly. So if you will be attending the class regularly, you will be understanding the things, but follow the guidelines issued by UNESCO. That is, everyone should be having a sanitizer, everyone should be wearing a mask, everyone should be maintaining social distancing. So, be safe and let others also be safe. So that is all from my side. I hope that all of you have understood the things in a proper manner. But if you want the things to be there, attend the classes, attend the classes, attend the classes. Okay? Thank you.